Hey everybody, my name is Karen Reyna. Today I'm going to show you just the very basic uses of the WideOrbit machine behind me. It is a soundboard used by board operators like myself in a radio station setting. A few disclaimers is that this video is for my homework for my master's project class, and all WideOrbits are used differently in every radio station. So let's get on. My definition of a wide orbit and the basic concept of a wide orbit for me is the brains of the radio station. Okay, this is what helps connect the talent be put on air. This is what helps connect the commercials be on air. This is what connects the videos, the extra stuff, the podcasts, the morning shows, the music, the DJs, all the stuff. Everything goes through the wide orbit to be put on air. I know all the buttons look a little overwhelming at a glance, but that's because this is a large radio station and we work with a lot of people here. So let's start at the bottom real quick. The BO mic, this will be my microphone. And then we move down the line. Microphone 2 next to me for one talent. Microphone 3 for the next talent right there. Raul, we have him special because that's our main focus talent. It's his special microphone. And then we have microphone 5, which I'm too short to reach, but it's down there, I promise. And then we have Booth. Booth would be the person out there, and that's a whole separate video for a whole separate time. Now, let's focus on just these, because these are mainly the main concept that we're looking at right now. Just how I stated previously, all the wide orbits are different. Some are as little as having only 6 rows. So we're only going to focus on these 6 rows because they're similar to all the other rows, and I'll show you how in a minute. So now, looking at these 6 rows, we have off and on buttons at the bottom. Off means we're offline and they're not on air. On means they're on air. So we'll say Booth can be on air, right? So now let's move on. We have these little rows. This is the volume key. So Booth has no volume right now. They're on air, but you can't hear them because the volume is off. So we'll turn it up for them. Typically, it'll be around the level 10. Typically, sometimes you got to go up to 10.5. If they speak really quiet, you know, we go all the way. But we try to avoid that. We do have these buttons down here. Now, Q is the button where I would click if I want to hear Booth just talking, but not talking on air. So I want to hear him personally. So I'm going to put Q, Booth, right here. And then he or she could be heard through the wide orbit board itself. And as you can see, here's my little Q volume button right here, and I could hear them coming out right there. Let's move on to the buttons at the top of the volume key. I'm not going to go through all of these because it's just a beginner video, but we'll point out the ones that are used the most. So offline right now, in my own definition, I would describe this button as a button to help other producers or other board operators from a separate room that could also be controlling the radio station tune in and listen into what Booth, for example, is saying. Right now, it's only me in one room and a board, just one board operator, so I'm keeping it off for now. Now, a lot of radio stations have these buttons set up differently. I like to put my phones down here, so whenever people call, I could take in caller 1, caller 2, and only 2 at a time, because then it gets overwhelming. But I have my phone right there that I'll connect them, and the phone is a whole different video. This is just beginner, like I stated earlier. Now, Vox Pro is something that radio stations typically use, which Vox Pro is a whole separate monitor right here that I have, which can have external audio that can come from a video, a commercial, a phone call, a recorded audio, anything that gets transferred onto the wide orbit, and then from the wide orbit it goes on air. So the Vox Pro, if you want it on, if you want to put a video on and you want to listen to the audio of that video, we'll turn it on, and again put the key up, and that way we can listen to it. And now it's on air at volume 10, typically where it has to be, and we can hear it. Main brains of wide orbit, we have them on right now. These never turn off. Never turn off because this is what has the music playing at the moment. I have it turned down for copyright reasons, but as you can see, output 1, wide orbit 1, which is output 1. Volume up, exact as volume 2. So whenever this song finishes, it will go down to the second one. Next is number 2, which will be this, and then it'll go on again. Next is number 1, which will be this. Next is number 2, which will be this. Next is number 1, 2, whatever. So that's how it goes down. And these never turn off because if these go off, then we'll be off air. Going down the line, we have program, which is where we're listening to right now. We're listening to what's on air currently. And then we have these 4 buttons. My radio station has 4 different places where they tune out the music. So we have the typical radio station, and then we have our private call, and then we have our other station that goes on like onto Galveston and like other states as well and different counties. So this is the 4 places where we put our music and our radio at. On here, I don't want to overwhelm you with all these buttons, so we're just going to ignore them for now and we'll move on because this is just a basic video. So the speaker is what we can listen to the music on, coming out from, well, I have a speaker all the way up there, but I have it down right now for copyright reasons. But if you want to hear real quick, that's all I get. I have my headset is connected. Headset does need an adapter because, you know, typical headsets come this little and they they don't fit. I mean, it could fit right there, but that's not what you want. You want professional headphones. I forgot about hotkey. So the WideOrbit hotkey, we have them right here. It's all the little ha-has, hee-hees, the clapping, the background music that we want to put out in the background. My radio station has a whole bunch of them already programmed on there. The hotkey is also where we could find the library at, which is all the music. I have my little mouse right here. All the music, I could search up whatever song I want, and oh, not any song actually. All these music gets programmed onto here, and I'll show you that in a more advanced video. Whatever music I search up here, or whatever commercial or drop that I want to put in a filler, I'll search it up here, click on it, and then I have all these buttons right here, which we're only going to focus on a bit. So we have the trash bin if we want to, you know, delete one of these from the playlist that we have going on. And we have the preview button, which is whenever we click on it, I'll show you real quick. Whenever you click on it, it helps you preview or listen to any of these before committing to, you know, putting it onto our playlist. And that's about it. I'm not going to show you the rest. We're going very basic. This playlist, the way that my radio station has it set up, we have them color coded. So the green is the commercials, the yellow is the fillers, or like the little jingles that we have, and then the blue is the music. And so we'll move on to these buttons right here. Now is what's playing right now. Like, it'll show you where you're at. So if you like scroll all the way down or whatever, you just click on now and it'll show you where you're at. Jump if you want to jump and skip all of these and just jump straight ahead, for example, to this song if you want. And then we have the move if you want to like select a couple of these and then move them around anywhere. And then copy, you know, copy and paste a song if you want. Clear out whatever. And then at the bottom, I'm kind of short, but at the bottom we have the same buttons that we saw earlier from the hotkeys. Look, they're right there. Hotkeys. The same right there. So we typically work with more than 2 monitors. Some people, they have only 1 if their radio station is small, but we have 2. Well, 3 if you want to count Fox Pro. And then all these buttons. Okay, that's all the time I had for today. I really try to make it short and sweet, but as you can see, the WideOrbit has a lot of functions to it. I will make more parts and show a more in-depth detail on it. If you have any questions, let me know. One thing that I didn't mention is that you can have multiple people on air at the same time. You can have everybody right here, including me, including a video, including the phones, all on air whenever you want at the same time. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, and I'll be here. Bye!